Hello students, we're going to solve the problem on pentagonal lamina uh, on the drawing sheet. Okay, so before we start, you need to have all these instruments, geometry instruments ready with you. Okay, first you need to have this HB pencil. Okay, make sure you have the HB pencil with you. And then you have one more pencil. I'm having something called extra dark. That is for highlighting the final drawing. Okay, you need to have a rubber. You need to have a millimeter scale. Okay, and then you need to have a compass. Make sure you have your pencil sharpened and it's fitted. Okay, and then you need to have a protractor. So make sure you have all this before we start the drawing. So let me read out the problem. It's available on the VTU Premiere. Problem number is 20. You can note it down. Okay. So a pentagonal lamina of H 25 mm is resting on HP with one of its corners such that the plane surface makes an angle of 60 degrees with HP. There are two of the edges containing the corner on which the lamina rests makes equal inclination with HP. When the edge opposite to this corner makes an angle of 45 degrees with VP and nearer to the observer, draw the top and front view of the plane lamina in this position. Okay, so let us solve this problem. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, let me get all this. Okay, so first thing we need to do is you need to have the XY line. Okay, so you draw the XY line. So you mark it X here. Can you see X here? And then other end you mark Y, and make sure you mark the vertical plane on the top and horizontal plane in the bottom. So this is the first angle projection. That means it is in the first quadrant. Okay, so all the problems in planes will be in the first quadrant. Now, first thing is what is saying a pentagonal lamina of H 25 mm. It's an edge. Okay, so it's not like the previous problem which we solved in pentagon where it was lying on one of its corner. Okay, so this is an edge. So how do you make a pentagon here is slightly different from what you did earlier. So basically, let's now mark a point here. Okay, so you know the basic formula for a pentagon. So it is 360 degrees divided by 5 because it has got 5 sides, right? So 360 divided by 5. So the angle which it makes is 72 degrees. So now what we do is we will make a point here at convenient position. You can keep it wherever you want. Okay, make it convenient position. So I will make a point here. Okay, let me zoom it here. Wait. Okay, can you see that? Yes. So make a point here, or what the best. This is how it is going to be. Just the inverse of the previous one. Okay, so let us take a protractor. Let me wait. I will drop this off. Wait, let me redraw it for you again, because it's just the opposite of what you saw in the previous. So what you need to do is, let us draw at 25 mm. You give some space and then you draw here at a convenient point. You mark this 0. Make sure it is perpendicular. Okay, so make sure it is perpendicular to this XY line. Okay, and then make sure it is perpendicular to the XY line, then 2.5 from here. Okay, so this is one of the corners. Okay, And then we take the protractor and then 72. Okay, so you mark it here 72. Okay, and then you draw exactly 2.5 because it's a equal angle, it's a equal size pentagon. So 2.5 you mark it here. Okay, and then mark it, then you join like this. Okay, so then the next is from this, again you keep the protractor like this on this particular edge. Okay, and then you mark 72. I think best what you can do this way also. Wait, let me tell you a much better method. You place it at the other point, okay, here, and then wait, I will try to get this thing zoomed so that you don't miss it. First you draw a line 25, and then this angle is 72. Okay, again I'll mark it and show you this angle is 72. This angle is 72. That's what you have drawn, right? But you can continue on this if you want. But I'm going to use the compass, so I'm not going to use every point. I don't want the angle. Okay, so I'm coming back here, and then here I'm drawing protractor. You place it here. Okay, then you mark 72 here. Okay, can you see? I don't know it's visible or not. 72. Okay, and then you join like this. Again 2.5 is the length of that particular line. So 2.5 you mark it like this, then you draw a line like this, you stop here. Okay, it is, if you continue, it comes here where we marked with a protractor. Okay, now use your compass. First you measure this, it should be 25. Okay, mark this is also 25. Yes, this is also 25. Yes, so remaining, you don't have to what you can do is simply take this corner, you draw an arc like this, you take this corner and you draw an arc like this. Okay, now let us join this. Okay. It is just the reverse of what we did in the previous problem, because this pentagon is lying on the edge. Okay, now let me join all these points. Okay, your pentagon is done. This angle is 72. Just a minute, wait. Place it again properly so that you can see. Yes, now this is also 72. This angle. this angle is 72 degrees. Okay, so remaining you don't have to worry because using the compass we are doing it. Okay, now let us label it. Let me call this A, B, C, D, E. Okay, A, B, C, D. Okay, now why this has been placed in this fashion? Because it is lying on this particular edge. That's what the problem says. A pentagonal lamina of edge 25 mm is resting on one of its corners. This is the corner. That A corner is one of the corners, right? This is the corner A. Okay. This is 25 mm. This is 25 mm. This is 25. This is 25. But it is resting on this particular edge. Okay. And then what you need to do is, the next step is take the projection like this. All this has to go and join the XY line. Okay, B and E will coincide and join here. Wait, right? Now here you have to mention this is as A dash because it's the front view. This is the top view. Okay, and this is B dash, E dash. This one is D dash, C dash. Okay, now let us darken this. So I'll use the darker pencil and highlight this particular line from A dash to D dash, E dash. Okay, can you see that? I've highlighted this. Now the next step is I have to draw a 60 degrees angle. Okay, so I will take a convenient position here. Okay, and then mark 60 degrees. 60 degrees. Can you see that? 60 degrees I've marked. And then I'm going to join this. Now before, I'll just draw a light line. So I will use a lighter pencil and I'll draw a light line like this. Okay, then I'll take the protractor. I'll take the compass, measure this length like this from A dash. Can you see? I'll measure the length from here till here, measure, and then I will mark it here. Okay, fine. So then you make a dot here and then you say this as D dash, C dash, and this end you say it as A dash. Okay, and this end you see it as A dash and the other end you say D dash, C dash. Okay, now again I have to measure. Can you see this? A dash, B dash, C dash. You measure this particular length like this using a protractor. Then you take it here and you cut it. Okay, and then you mark it as B dash, E dash. Now I have to bring the lines down from this, okay, like this. I have to draw vertical lines. Now see, this is D dash has to join with D. Now before I do that, let me show you here. Let us take A, okay. Now A, let us draw an horizontal line from here like this. I hope it's visible. We'll draw a horizontal line and you stop it here, okay. Now this A, and can you see A dash here? So A dash, also you take a line, vertical line, and make sure it joins here. So this two joining point is called A, okay. Now again you do the same thing for B. So you take B on horizontal line, you draw, can you see? B, horizontal line you draw like this. Okay, and then vertical line from here. Can you see the B dash on the top? So there, this B dash has to join with this B. So you take a vertical line like this. Make sure they are perfectly vertical, and then join here. Okay, this is your B. Okay, now C, where is C? C is here. So you draw a horizontal line, okay, like this, slightly extend it, and then again from C somewhere the top there, okay. So T, C, you take it from here, and then you draw a vertical line like this. This C has to join, C dash has to join with C. C is here, C dash here. So C, can you see? C is here. So this is your C. Okay. Now D, where is D here? D is here, and D dash is here. So D and D dash has to join. So again, horizontal line. Okay, horizontal line. So this is your D. Now E. So can you see E here? So E and the E dash has to join. So E dash is coming line is already drawn. So just you have to draw a horizontal line. Okay, so this is your E. Now you have to join all this A, B, C, D. Okay, so this A, B. I'll use a darker pencil to highlight what I have drawn. A, B, B, C. Then C, D. CD will be your 25 mm. It won't change much. But other dimensions will change. Other dimensions. The other edges will change. ED will change. AB will change. BC will change. You join like this. And then AE, you join like this. Okay. So this is your pentagon, but it is shrunk. Okay. Now what he's saying is, he's saying that the two of the edges containing the corner on which the lamina rests makes equal inclination. This is the two two of the edges containing the corner. Okay, two of the edges containing the corner makes a two is containing the corner on which the lamina rests. So this is where it is. See, this is the place on which it is resting. Okay, so on which the lamina rests makes equal inclination with HP when the edge opposite to this corner makes an angle 45 degrees to VP. Okay, so what we need to do is you have to draw using protractor 45 degrees here. Give sufficient space so that you will have sufficient space for doing it. 45 degrees you mark using your protractor. This you mark it like this. Use lighter pencil. Use a scale. When you're doing this protractor thing, make sure you are where is it now? 45. Make sure from where did you take that point has to be marked. So better I mark this than do the 45 degrees. So I'll make me mark here, then place it here, then 45 degrees. Yeah, okay. Now you join this tool so that it makes an angle 45 degrees. Okay, so make sufficient length so that you can and whatever this extra lines have come, we'll rub it off. Okay, so you mark this as 45. And make sure you mark here also 60 degrees because I forgot to mark it here, 60 degrees. Now what you have to do, you observe carefully. This is the pentagon, right? So same pentagon has to be placed here on this. So how do I do that? Is first I'll mark D and C. Okay, first I will mark D and C. Wait a minute. Sister, wait a minute. I will come back to this. Problem number 20. Okay. So 45 degrees. So C and D will mark it here. So I will mark, say, let us say this is as your D. Okay. Then 2.5. You see the length here? How much is the length here? 2.5. So I'll first mark D here and then take the scale and then go 2.5. I'll mark it here. Okay. This is my C. Now once I get C and D, then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to extend this line BC. Okay, I'm going to extend this line BC like this. I'm going to extend this ED also like this. Suppose ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡೋಣ. ಆಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಪ್ರೊಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್ ತಗೊಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಮೆಷರ್ ದ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್. You place it like this. Can you see that? On C, or you here, you let us do this one. This will be clear. Okay. Now you measure, it's something like 59 degrees it is coming. Okay, 59, wait, no, it's exactly coming to 60, exactly 60. So I will go here on D. Okay, and then I'll mark 60 here. Okay, and then I will join this. I will join this. This is 60 degrees. Okay, similarly, now you take at the point C, you place a protractor. Okay, and then you measure the angle it is somewhere showing to me as it is if I measure 58. Okay, some 58 it's showing. So fine, I will take the protractor here and I'll go here. It should be actually 60, but that's small errors which keeps coming because you're doing by there'll be some few errors here and there. So we'll mark it here 58. Can you see? Okay, and then I will join this like this. Now you take your compass, you measure D and E like this. You measure D and E. Then you go here, you place it at D, then you click it like this, tick it, okay? And then you go to C and D, slightly small errors keep coming, that's not an issue. You mark it here like this, okay? Now that is this is your B and this is your E. Okay, now we have to get A. So how do you get A? So you place it here like this. That error coming because when you draw parallel lines and vertical lines, there'll be few, if you slightly shift by few, maybe even for 0.5 degrees, that error will come. So this and this length should be same. Yes, it is same. Now you go here, you place it here, you draw an arc like this. You go here and you draw another arc like this. So you see the point at which it is joining is your A. Now let us join all this. Okay. And then we'll join here also. Okay, let me use the darker pencil so that I highlight the whole thing. B and C, C and D, then D and E. Okay, so you have this pentagon replicated here at 45 degrees. Now what you need to do is let us rub all this extra things so that they don't mess with our. Okay. Now what you need to do, it's pretty simple. Can you see here? Can you see A dash here? Now this A dash and this A has to join. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw one vertical line like this. Make sure it is perfectly vertical. Okay, so you draw vertical line like this. Okay, so this A dash and this A joins here, forms A dash here. Now B is here. Where is B here? B is here. Okay, can you see? B is here. Okay, so this B and this B has to join. So again, I will draw a vertical line. Make sure they are perpendicular. I'll draw one vertical line like this. And then I will join with this B. Make sure it is horizontal. If there is slight up and down, it will create errors, that's all. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so it is joining here. So you mark this as B dash. Now where is your C? C is here. Okay, now where is C here? C dash is there. Now you have to draw a vertical line like this from C, like this up. And then you join with this C. Make sure they are horizontal. Draw a horizontal line from C dash, and then where it is joining here, this is your C dash. Okay, so E dash, B dash, C dash you got. Now the last one, two more other D. The D again, where is D here? The top. So you continue on this line, you extend this, because D dash has to join with D. D is here, so D, and then you join here. Okay, like this. This is your D dash. Now E is joining with this line. E dash is here, so extend this line from B dash. Okay, then this E, make it a perpendicular line, and then you join this as E dash. Now let us join all this A, B, C, D. So this is your A, will join with B, B and C, okay. I'll use a dark pencil so that we can be clear of what the final front view looks like. Okay, then C and D, let us join. D and E will join. Then A and E will join. Okay, so this is how it looks. Okay, again I will highlight this little darker so that you and darken this also. So this is A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash. This is how the projection. This is your front view. This is your top view. That is it. Problem is solved. Okay. I hope you understand how to do a plane problem on the sketch. So in similar way, we can, I'll share the recording for drawing it on solid edge. Okay, thank you so much.